Hello, vinyl community. I am Will Smith. Wanted to show the record store day releases I got. We'll start here. Well, I went to a few different record stores. This is all from these first several. Prince's 1999. This is a reissue of a single LP edition that they had. The actual album was double LP. I didn't know that when I purchased it. This only has 7 tracks, so it's not complete, but I think has some of the best. I appreciate that it comes on this clear plastic inner sleeve, and it's got these fun custom labels. Sorry they're upside down there. I forgot my camera direction, but very Prince, in my opinion, and something I think will be really neat to have in the collection. Next, we've got the National Boxer live in Brussels. There's a really neat iridescence to all of the artwork on the outside. So whatever isn't black has this iridescence to it. Otherwise, the artwork is the same as the regular release. In fact, the track listing is the exact same. The only difference is that this album is 100% live, and the other is not. It's totally studio. It has these nice custom inner sleeves. I didn't plan on picking this up when I went there, and so I was just kind of grabbing things. I did not realize that it comes on this clear vinyl. It's got some nice custom labels to it, but yeah, that clear vinyl. A buddy of mine swears by the clear vinyl, says it's the best sound because it's virgin. Nothing has tainted it, etc. But I'm excited to have this. I enjoyed that album. Next, Taylor Swift's 1989. Individually numbered, handwritten on the numbering. That had to be a pain in the butt job. But I purchased this album because my family enjoys this music so much, and I have enjoyed very much the Ryan Adams song for song cover, also titled 1989. So this is the only thing that you get to a lyric sheet is kind of the inside of the gatefold. Comes in just some plain paper inner sleeves that I'll replace, but has some interesting custom labels to it, which I appreciate. And then is also on this pink and clear marble vinyl, which I think will be great. I think my girls will appreciate that. They like to guess the color of the albums before I open them to see if they're right. So that should be kind of fun to see what they guess. Second, same thing, same coloration on the second LP here, and similar custom labels. But it should be a fun release here. Next, Fish, Billy Breeze, another kind of impulse purchase. This first store didn't have what I wanted. I'm more familiar with the Fish album Farmhouse, but this will be fun to listen to and become more acquainted with. Overall, it should be pretty exciting. It's a double LP here and a gatefold, and the inner part of this gatefold really intrigues me. I want to know more about that painting, which obviously was either based on the cover artwork or the cover artwork was done because of that. Anyways, comes with a digital download card and these nice plastic lined black paper inner sleeves. It's got these custom labels and it's on black vinyl. Overall, should be a very fun release. One thing about this, the D side is blank, so it's got a different label, which you can see here. But otherwise, the vinyl is totally blank. They didn't laser engrave it or anything. It'll be good for testing tracking on the turntable. Next, Clapton Complete Clapton box set. This is a reissue on vinyl. This was actually put out about 10 years ago. But 4 LPs, is packaged in two kind of two gatefolds, if you will. Anyways, this is the only Clapton I've got in my vinyl collection right now. I'd really like to get his collaboration with B.B. King called Riding with the King. In fact, that's one of the tracks on the second album. I didn't know it was going to come with this single. You can see the tracks here, See What Love Can Do, and The Shape You're In. But I think those little things are really neat. But the gatefold is very nice. Again, I love the artwork. It doesn't come with like lyric sheets or anything like that, but does have these custom labels. And I like, again, those clear plastic inner sleeves are my favorite. Maybe the only downside to them is the corners can fold, as this one has. Uh, I try to straighten them out when I can, but sometimes it's such a pain to keep it straight and still have the record go into the sleeve that you just have to say, forget it. It can be folded, that's its new shape, and we just move on. But in pulling out this second LP here, I noticed, and I did not realize this, but it's set up by years. So the first set is his earlier stuff with like Cream and Derek and the Dominoes, and the second is more of his later collaborations and more of his solo stuff like Tears in Heaven and things like that. It includes multiple unplugged. Similar though, polylined inner sleeve. The box on this is pretty thin. I would have liked a little thicker box for the kind of box set here. But it does have kind of this embossing, almost feels rubbery on that writing there. So very excited to have that be part of my collection. And that's all I got at the first store. They didn't have what I really, really wanted. And so I went to a second store. When I got there, I found it straight away. This was the album that brought me out to Record Store Day. And it is the album because of track number 5 right there, Greensleeves. I learned to play that on the guitar. Is one of the first songs that I learned to play. And while this whole album is really good, and I really like how this whole thing is done, nice gatefold. Just the artwork is fun. Don't know why that man's hands down his pants. That seems strange to me, but whatever. But I love this cover art. So simple, just like Truth. It comes in a clear plastic inner sleeve, which I really like, and these very non-assuming epic labels. I assume that these are replica labels of what they did before. But I didn't know that this was going to come on a colored vinyl. So it's on this blue translucent vinyl, which to me is just another perk. This is another way to offset, if you will, the release, just that little bit. Grabbed also while I was there Soundgarden's A-Sides. This was originally released in 1997, and I think that this is the first time that's available on vinyl. Nice gatefold. Every Soundgarden release is absolutely well done, which I like. And this also came with a digital download card. I have an arrangement with my buddy Marty where I give those cards to him, and he takes them from me. Which is fine by me. I enjoy having the album. But comes with these kind of inner sheets. I didn't get a chance to fully read this letter here, but it'll be something to do while I listen to the album. Has these custom labels. The other Soundgarden albums that I happen to have in my collection is called King Animal, and was another great release. I also really like how they did this color vinyl on the green and black marble. Just each Soundgarden release that I have on vinyl is like this awesome, complete, very compelling visually and audio, and with its audio musically is very compelling to me. It has a second kind of inner sheet with more artwork and just the track listings and kind of about. You can see lyrics by Chris Cornell, etc., etc. More custom inner labels, but I really like how they contrasted these two LPs. The first, the black and green marble, was really neat, but this second is this green and white marble, which I really like. I think that the green was the perfect choice for this. Overall, a fantastic release, and excited to add that to my collection. So, yeah, very exciting. Should be great. Next, Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night, the alternate Tango in the Night. Tango in the Night normally came with tracks like Little Lies is probably the one that I would recognize the most. This does not have every track that the original came with, but what it does have, they're all alternate cuts or demos or things like that. But a fun release, I think, compelling artwork both inside and out on the inner sleeve. Black 180 gram vinyl, these labels that match all the rest of them. Next, The Kids Are All Right by The Who. So I wasn't familiar with this. This is a soundtrack to the film that The Who did by the same name. And this movie theme repeats throughout this release. On the back, you may have seen briefly that it kind of had the film sides going by. Looks like it's meant to be negatives. Comes with this nice booklet which has several images, which I can only assume are also part of the film itself. I haven't seen the film. Be interesting to see. The custom inner sleeves look as though they are the tin cans for a reel-to-reel movie. And they've called each side a reel. They've got the custom labels that kind of carry that theme on. I like this red translucent vinyl that they've put it on. I think it fits with the artwork where they're laying underneath the Union Jack on the cover. Pardon me. Then to complete that, the second LP is on blue vinyl with those same kind of labels there. So excited to add this one to my collection, and it should be a lot of fun. This next was an impulse purchase just for my daughters. Only shaped vinyl I've got. I think they'll really enjoy it. But a single John Williams, The Rebel is Reborn, and Canto Bight. Now that's all that I got at the second store, and I went driving for the third. So when I was standing in line, I knew that I was there to try and get Jeff Beck at the first store, but I just got looking at other things, and this is very compelling. It's Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, 50th Anniversary Edition. A very nice box set. And the way that they've done that, the original was basically kind of the best of all the songs that he played there at the prison. They took the best ones, and that's what made it onto the original album. And what I didn't know, and what I've learned since, is that he actually did 2 shows at the prison. I assume 2 different days. And while the original was that collection of the best of his stuff in that, this is the 2 shows completely. So 2 LPs, show 1, 2 LPs, show 2, and then a 5th LP that is the rehearsals that he did. Now they come with these unique sleeves, which I quite like. Once again, compelling artwork. Comes with a digital download. Marty will appreciate that. But all of this artwork that comes with these on the sleeves themselves, black vinyl, just black paper inner sleeve, goes with the Man in Black. Although I'm going to replace those with the clear inner sleeves that I like so much better. But once again, just highlights what I love about the artwork that is a vinyl release. The audio, the visual, everything that comes together, there's so much to absorb and to enjoy as you take the time to listen through these. And it'll be interesting to hear the 2 different shows. One thing that's intriguing, the set list is different for each show. And I don't know why. There's a few songs that cut, and I think they may have been controversial. Anyways, with that said, a couple of things that I probably would have liked to get but couldn't find. There was a reissue of Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn, and there was a single that was Los Lobos versus the Shins that I would have liked to get. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get those online. Anyways, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, and otherwise take care.